right. Hi, everyone. Sailor Pluto or Sailor Underworld here. Want to wish everyone a happy Good Friday for us Christian folk. And we're going to the Carnegie Bookhouse in Mckeesport Stead. Also, the American Thrift Center, the Vinlander Thrift Middle. And most likely going to PIZZABURGH to get the flatbread. So those are the outings that we have here today. And we're still yielding for someone else, though. That's how it goes. You know. And what books am I going to get this time? I don't know until I get there and see what books I want to borrow. You know. That's how it goes. And if you're always wondering why we got to yield for someone, who knows? Your guess is good as mine. You know. And it can be irksome. And who knows what's going on. I don't know. All I know is that someone says, oh, that I get myself ready, and they get their self ready, and then someone else either isn't ready or something happens and they have no running lead over it.
Okay, let's go.
Yep. So yeah, what were the books that we got last time? Yeah, they were books on dogs. So who knows what books we're going to get this time. Who knows until we get there. Well, let me know, folks, if you like these kind of films, and I think a lot of folks do. But let me know if other folks like these kind of films, and then we'll, do more of these when the outings come. And then I just want to say I'm sorry for always talking about the same things over again, but then who doesn't? And if there is anyone, I'm the only one that does it, then that would be sad. But anyway, that's where we're heading there. Going to the Carnegie Bookhouse in Mckeesport Stead. Get our books back, get new books. Then always go to one of the other haunts we always go to, or steads. The American Thrift Center, the Vinlander Thrift Middle. And then on our way back, gotta go to PIZZABURGH or flatbread burgers to set up our flat bag we gotta buy. Because as everyone knows, unless you're not Christian, that today is Holy Friday, and that's the day where you yield from eating any kind of meat. You can have fish, because fish is fish, believe it or not. And you can have nuts, because nuts are nuts. So, yeah. That's how it is. And you might think that it's getting all bright right now, but believe it or not, the film is not bright. It just looks that way. So we didn't really have to yield that much time getting there. And you might always ask yourself, why do you go to the Carnegie Bookhouse in Mckeesport Stead? Because I like getting out books and reading them and looking at them, and that's the nearest one. Folks have their steads they like to go to when they have their days off. And one of them happens to be the bookhouse. And for some, it might be a thrift shop or something. And it is what it is, though. So, yeah. Yes. A lot of folks know by now that I am the Bandai one that came out first, and 2000 YL, and most likely Irwin would make the next one 2001 YL though. I don't know if you can see this, but I got film holding that TR whatever ring on my head because it came off a long time ago. And no, I got a little, I didn't come with my key stuff, so I have a little you know, key for that, just worked for that. And I know a lot of folks will be like, well, what do you think about your world being a small world, which is not a world anymore? I made many films on it, but I will give my thought on it for anyone that hasn't watched those films. I think that it is misleading when you say, oh, right, that this world is too small to be a world, but so it's still a world, you know. And they like to say, well, it takes too long for it to go around the sun once, or, you know, it's smaller than all the other stone worlds and wind effluents out there, or whatever other things. And it's still a world. And believe it or not, there are books at the Carnegie Bookhouse Mckeesport stead that even talk about the third between, the fourth between, the fifth between worlds. And I just think it was some folks, you know, they were just, irked that God gave them the work of naming everything he made. And they said, oh, there's too many worlds, God, you made in the Milky Way Starway. Well, let's see if we can come up with some double standards, knock some of them off. And the double standard they came up with was, oh, it's too small to be a world, so it is a world. Now, who really cares about that? And their double standard is that since Pluto, being a Hellenist, being a Latinist bar word, and I have to do something with death instead, I am the fighter of keeper in time, which is misleading because you think I should be the one handling death or whatever. So we're going to be there soon, you know, and whatever books I choose to get, see, in my mind, I never know what books I'm going to get until I get there, you know. So, yes. And believe it or not, I do like this wise speaker. Yeah, well, the only irksome thing about it is sometimes you got to keep wiping it off many times to get the smears off so you can get it to work one time. But beyond that, I do like it. I don't know if I ever told anyone. Well, I may have told someone one time about why I got it. But the grounds to why in the past we never got one of these, because in the past you always wonder if you had some deal to keep it, even if you didn't like it and it didn't work, and that was always the thing. But then Comcast had this deal where, oh, you could buy it and you could end the deal anytime you wanted to, so you weren't like bonded into some kind of work deal with them where you had to keep it for so many years and so many months, even if you didn't like it and you didn't like what it did. And it wasn't until the 12th month of last year that we got this. And if we never got a wise speaker, we would have never been skilled to make those shorts or these films. Yeah. At the end of the day, it worked very well. As long as you keep it wiped off right, that is. So we're almost getting there to the Carnegie Bookhouse of Mckeesport stead. And hopefully we can get into the first driveway, but if not, there's always a side one. Which wasn't here. A long time ago it was, and they ended up making it. But a long time ago all you had was that one, before this one got made. Alright, that's it. I'll see you all later.